Whatever you have, teach these young women how beautiful and bright and how unique they are, and stand up in it and walk in it. My name is Myel Hill. I am a social worker, and I also am a Reiki practitioner. I do Reiki level 2. I'm also an intuitive and clairvoyant, and I read people's future and life path. Growing up as a black woman, it certainly wasn't easy. I had issues actually with police when I was about 7 years old. Like, a police officer was coming into the mall and I was standing alone. My mother had walked away for a second looking at shoes, and I had my pocketbook, and he was insistent on seeing my pocketbook, and he kind of snatched it away from me and looked what was inside and took it out, and it was a card that I had gotten previously from a deaf woman. And they were very rude to me, and then just like walked off. And when my mother came back, I thought my mother would, kind of console me because I was upset, but she was like, "I told you, don't go away from me, you got to stay away from the cops." And those same police officers I saw on the way out of the store, a little white girl was walking in, and they were very nice to her, and they patted her on her head, and they talked very sweetly to her. And that's when I saw the differences in how I was treated as a young black girl. So it wasn't easy growing up at all. I saw the difference. Recognizes the differences in what it was to be a black woman. I approached life in a very cautious way, and also my esteem wasn't so high. So I felt I wasn't good enough. I felt like sometimes if my skin was lighter, if my hair was longer, silkier, looser, that I'd somehow be acceptable, more attractive, and more in tune to, I guess, the dominant culture. So I was never really comfortable in my skin growing up as a black woman. Now, being a black woman, it's very different. I'm confident, I have knowledge of self. It all started when I went to college. I went to Suffolk County Community College in Brentwood, New York, and I got with a group called African People's Association, and they taught me about Sankofa and John Henry Clark, and I learned more about Brother Malcolm, and I learned about Mumia, and I learned about who I was, and that my black skin is beautiful, and my hair, the way it kinks, it is beautiful. So I was able to be myself naturally and grow in it and walk in it and own it. I think young black girls need to know that they rock, that they're beautiful just the way they are, beautifully made. Beautiful hair, beautiful skin, beautiful lips, and their uniqueness. Everybody kind of wants to be like them. So really appreciate the skin that you're in and embrace it, and just love yourself. Yeah, I think that it's important that black women, when we're raising other black women, because I have a little girl and she's 7 years old, I let her know how beautiful she is. Sometimes she's the only black girl in her class, and she's surrounded, everyone else is white. So I like to let her know how beautiful she is, how talented she is all the time. If you are a black woman and you have little nieces, or you have a daughter, whatever you have, teach these young women how beautiful and bright and how unique they are, and stand up in it and walk in it. So that's all I wanted to say.